people have just missed out on this. Key food is a very valuable revenue in dogs' world. If you just keep handing them food every now and then, the value of food is gone. Your value is gone. They feel, okay, today mutton, now day after tomorrow, I want something even better, even more delicious. My name is Astha Pathak. I am currently a dog behaviorist, and I work with mostly parents to help understand their dogs and dogs' behavior better, so that together, as a dog trainer, me and parents can help the dog find the better version of themselves and be more comfortable in this human world, which is way chaotic for dogs to adjust in. So helping ease this process so that dogs can be confident about themselves and also have full trust in the family. So that's what I do. That's where my role lies. I'm this bridge between the human expectations and dog's ability and connecting it together so that they both can live in harmony. You don't become a dog behaviorist overnight. Let me clarify that. And you don't become a dog behaviorist by doing a course. The best way to become a dog behaviorist is by putting in the work and putting in the experience. The best teacher about dog behavior is dog by itself. So more time you spend with the dog, you understand their psychology much and much better. So you can't be expecting that I did a 15-day course or a 1 month course and tomorrow I'll be solving the complex issues or the problems that the dog is facing. Therefore, first basic level is a dog trainer. So dog trainer is wherein you train puppies, because puppies are comparatively easier and they're like a clean slate. You have basic requirement, they're happy-go-lucky, they want to please you. So that's how you start with a dog trainer. You put in the work for at least 2.5 years, and then you increase your reach to taking up dogs who are 8 months or 1 year plus. After you finish, I personally would suggest after you finish 2.5, 3 years of working as a trainer is when you should go and do a course of dog behaviorist, because by now you will understand dogs much better. Your pet might be different, but dogs at large don't operate the same way as your pet might. So once you get a little bit of idea, once you have worked with small puppies and little lesser complex issues wherein you don't feel overwhelmed and you don't feel like you have let anyone down, and you can understand dogs a little better, understand the pattern, is when you should do a behaviorist course, wherein you can understand what is it that dog wants. How do I motivate the dog? How do I help him encounter his fear? How do I build the trust which is broken in the dog's mind? Why is he fearful of, like, let's say, loud sound? Why does he get scared when some guest comes in the house? Why does the dog jump over the top and tries to kiss everyone on the face, wherein this might overwhelm somebody? Someone might like, someone might not. So how to help a family find the balance? So that's where the dog behaviorist part lies. Dog behavior is nothing but just understanding what does a dog want and how can you deliver it in the most fruitful way which works for the family as well as for you. I would suggest them to take any stream that gives them these two subjects, psychology. So I think it would be arts mostly. So psychology as well as communication. So being able to talking is actually dog training is probably 10 minutes. It's the remaining 40 minutes convincing the family as to why you're doing what you're doing. Absolutely. And then bringing them on board. Because no idea, no method will ever work if the parent who's supposed to take the dog back home and eventually work with the dog is not convinced about the idea or is not able to find what is the end result. So majority of it is talking and telling the family how it's helping the dog. So I would suggest psychology so that you understand human behavior, one, because that's very conflicting. That is way more complex than any dog in this world. So human behavior, and second, communication, so that you can put your ideas much better. And thirdly, once you have done that in your undergrad, because along with that, I would suggest go and volunteer in any shelter. Right now, there is no organized way of teaching dog training. There is a lot of small colleges or small institutes that have opened up, or people who have an experience of 10 years have started their own place saying that get a certificate in dog training. But that's not the way to learn is what I feel. So while you are doing your 11th, do anything with psychology and communication. And then lastly, go and volunteer in a shelter or go work under someone, and then you will get the best experience. And then post that, if you feel like you're still convinced, go and do a course with any dog behaviorist or dog trainer who's renowned in their walk of life. Currently, there is no institute which is formalized by the government, if I would say that. There are a lot of people who have good experience and have started their own institute individually. I'm hoping that maybe tomorrow, just like Singapore has done, maybe India will also organize, but it'll take some time. But in the meantime, people can do research of good trainers and see who are their alumnus and what they have achieved, so that you can become a part of their network. Network really matters in this. There are so many things which you won't know and you might need help of. So if you have a good network, then you will be able to flourish much better. See, one of the most important is do the course under, nowadays a lot of this market is driven by Instagram. Okay, Instagram and Facebook. So that's how go and do a little bit of research. There are 2-3 good institutes that do a very good job. One is Canine Pet Resort in Bangalore. They are very good. See the places wherein you can spend time with the dog, those who have dogs available. Then Coach and Dog Training Academy. Once you go through that, they bring you in the network. So today that I've done with Shireen Merchant a course, today I'm a part of all her Hyderabad dog trainers network. I can always reach out to her for help and, seek her guidance. She's very approachable that way. So, seek out such trainers who do a good job. See their work on Instagram. First thing we have to always be careful of is this course is slightly expensive.
Right.
Okay. Because you're going to make a career out of it. So people are expecting that, you're taking it seriously. So you might have to spend a good amount of money for a small duration of time. If you're good, if your communication is good, if your abilities are good, you're going to make up that money within a year. So that's not going to be a problem. So I would suggest Shireen Merchant's Canine Can Care, which is pretty good. Second is Kumar's Canine Dog Training, Canine Pet Resort in Bangalore. Shireen's is in Mumbai. And then there is Coach and Dog Training Academy, which is good for starters. If you're just starting out and you want the basic without spending a lot of money, Coach and Dog Training Academy is quite good. So these 3 are the top in my head, which are doing good job and making a real difference. Specifically that I enjoy is the change or the relief that I see on parents' face. Most of the time now when you work as a behaviorist, people get dog with a lot of expectations. They think, and a lot of comparison. Right. They think just because X's golden retriever is this way, my golden retriever will be the same way. But they have failed to understand that maybe their neighbor has gotten genetics play a part. So maybe they have gotten from a good breeder. Or maybe they are working really hard in training their dog and they have spent good enough of time and money on training their dog in the early years. Maybe this dog missed out on it, which has happened quite commonly during COVID. A lot of dogs have missed out on this crucial phase of 5 months wherein they can be socialized. So now, when parents come to me, they are almost like, nothing can happen. My dog has become really difficult. I can't leave for 2 minutes. I can't sleep for 2 minutes. I can't go to bathroom for 2 minutes. Me and my husband are fighting. Most of the time, I feel like a marriage counselor, to be honest. So they are fighting. So when I'm able to, within a week or something, I tell them, come with me for 1 week. We'll just do for a week. Come with an open mind. After 1 week, when they start seeing the change and they start seeing when they're together and how much of positivity that brings on the dog when they're on the same page, the smile and the way they tell me ki I never thought it was possible and it's happening, is what makes me really happy. Because sometimes as dog behaviorists, we actually save a dog from being abandoned. There are some families who are pushed to that point wherein they feel like now 1 more second I can't keep up with this dog. So when we come as behaviorists, we make sure that family finds the unit again. People delaying marriages and people delaying having children. So eventually that thought of, having a dog or someone to come back to is coming in. That's what I'm finding it quite common. Secondly, either of the partner wanted a dog when they were a kid and they couldn't have one, but now with all the pet sitting and all the other helps which pet parents can reach out to, like dog boarding and all that, now that has become easier to own or have a dog in the house than previously when there were not enough dog boarding or dog sitting available. So it's become more convenient. One, it's become cheaper because now a lot of breeding is happening inside India itself, and it's very easy because of the flight to bring the breed dogs from one place to another inside India, of course. So that's making it more convenient, cheaper, easier to maintain dogs. So things like that. So there are two ways of doing dog training. Actually, three. One, and which most of the people should start out as, is go and visit home. Okay, and don't take cases of aggression and don't take cases of behavior. Never visit a dog's house who's a possible of aggression. I did this mistake in the beginning because then you enter their territory. They get more and more difficult to tackle. Right. So if you're not an experienced person, don't take cases of aggression. Take up easier cases of puppy or basic obedience. So always visit homes. A dog who's below 5 months should not be taken out. Should not be taken to meet places wherein there are other dogs because their immunity is they're not fully vaccinated.
Right.
So go visit places. So that's one way of doing it, wherein a lot of people choose to do that, wherein they go and visit the houses and they can have a flexible schedule and work at. That's the best part of our business, is we can make our own schedule. So one. Second is go and work as intern under somebody. So once you have done a very good course, and if it's in a city where you live, go and work with them for a few months so that you can understand how does a kennel run. It's very different to go to someone's house for an hour and train the dog at their place than run your own kennel, wherein you are responsible for that dog's food, livelihood, happiness, health, food, everything. Mental enrichment, physical enrichment. So learn from them how to run a kennel, and then finally you can start a place of your own. So currently what I do is I have a place of my own, which is like a home setup. So it's a 2-floor home. First floor is all home setup. It's like a bed, it has a table, so that I can train dogs who have the behavior of jumping on the bed. Now family doesn't want them to jump on the bed. So I can stimulate this, how to not jump on the bed. Then I can stimulate how to not jump on the table or chair when someone is eating. And then of course I have a huge place wherein we play, wherein we do games, where we do sniffing games. We hide the food and have the dogs jump, find it. Or we have agility area wherein dogs cross hula hoops and come to find their treat. So things like that.